This is an experimental mock-up of a trench that's being developed by Terranscapes at this time, and it was suggested to me by a customer who plays World War I 28mm models and wanted a trench system for that gaming environment. The trench pieces were requested to be modular. They were requested to have a height significant enough to obscure a model sitting within it. And you can see here the second model that's behind the sister, when you get down to eye level, is hidden by the trench, as well as having a firing parapet that models could step up onto and shoot from. Of course, the final parapet would be lengthwise, and I was planning on making it modular so that it could be removed for players that didn't want to use it, or it could be rearranged and placed in certain areas specifically intended for firing. The question that I had, however, is that when I looked at the modular design, I wanted a slope on the sides of the trench that were at an aspect ratio that would allow models to be able to ascend the trench sides, which I think looks considerably more realistic than having the strict 45-degree angle that's so common in trenches that are on the market right now. This way, sort of, troops can actually storm the trenches in a more realistic fashion. But it puts a limitation on the development of one piece in particular. An inside corner piece here, in order for it to meet flush with all the other surrounding pieces, for instance, this modular section here. Let's try this again. Here we go. In order for it to meet flush, it has to extend down to the total length. These are about 4.5 inches long. It has to extend down to this point, which means it has to have a wall length of 44.5 inches on this side, as well as on this side, so that it can meet flush on this end as well. And my concern was that it will prevent the placement of a very, very tight corner being inside corners like that, because to place two of them side by side produces a minimum length possible of 9 inches. And also, interesting, I hadn't expected this, develops a bit of a ravine look here. This is a bit of a valley now. So my question is, of course, anybody who wants to comment on this is more than welcome to, is this as a minimum length for this corner idea, is this acceptable to players in general? Of course, 28mm is a large scale, and you'd be playing across most likely 4-foot wide tables. But I just wanted to check the corner to make a corner. Oh, so just to show you what the. So this is the inside corner. This will have wooden palisades modeled on the inside. Here we see it's easier to make a tighter corner on this corner because this piece can have a variable length. And so you can extend or shrink this depending on the pieces that are developed. A 1-inch piece might be possible, 3-inch. Currently, this piece here is 6 inches for reference, and this is about a 3-inch piece, 2.5 or so. And so easily swapping that out would allow for change in the overall width of that trench area inside there quite easily. So the main concern really is this 9-inch minimum diameter. And do people feel, anybody that fails to comment on this feels free, that having troops be able to actually walk up the slope is more important than having a little more flexibility? Because if this was a steeper angle, then this length would shrink. If this was a 45-degree angle, it would only extend down to about here, and so you could make this wraparound corner in about 5 inches rather than the full 9 that's shown here. So any feedback people want to send to me, more than welcome to listen to. Since gamers are the ones who will be using it, it's important to get their feedback for playability. Thanks.